Chartable, a startup that creates podcast analytics and attribution for publishers and advertisers, just raised $2.25 million in seed funding. This funding round was led by Initialized Capital, which also contributed to Chartable's $1.5 million round last year, and also includes participation from Naval Ravikant, Greycroft Partners, The Fund, and Weekend Fund.
Welcome back to Sonic Insights.
Background. Dave Zohrob and Harish Agarwal are the founders of Chartable, and like many startups, their idea for the company was born out of their own frustrations. Before starting the company, they created a podcast called Hacker Daily that recapped top headlines from Hacker News. It was in this experience where they realized the flaws with podcast analytics. In a quote from TechCrunch, Chartable's CEO, Dave, brought up an example where their Hacker News podcast went from 4,000 downloads one day to 5,000 the next, and they ultimately had no idea why. This is what led to the inspiration for Chartable and the mission to give publishers and advertisers the insights they need to understand both their audience and business. Product and looking ahead. There are a few different pieces that make up the entire Chartable product offering for both publishers and advertisers. This starts with consolidating all the podcast analytics across platforms into one single platform. This results in a one-stop shop to see ranking charts and reviews, a place to analyze all of your cross-platform data, and also a chance to discover what your best performing content is. Other products include Smart Ads, Smart Links, and Smart Promos. Starting with Smart Ads, Smart Ads is a podcast advertising attribution product that connects downloads to actions on advertiser websites. This ultimately gives both publishers and advertisers a way to understand the actual effectiveness of their ads. Next, if we look at Smart Links, these are shareable and trackable URLs that publishers can use to figure out which marketing channels are ultimately driving growth. Finally, we have Smart Promos, and Smart Promos is an easy way to either buy or trade promotional spots and drop in episodes on other podcasts that are the most effective for growth. Chartable is also working with 8 of the 10 biggest podcast publishers globally, but they also offer a free version of the product for independent podcasters. As of 2020, they are now tracking 1 billion podcast downloads and ad impressions every single month, which is a pretty nice jump from the 100 million downloads they were doing only a year ago.
For an efficient way to stay up to date with audio, voice, and hearable technology, subscribe to our newsletter, podcast, and YouTube by checking us out at sonicinsights.co.